Richard Pemberton. Okay, went through the ROTC program at the University of Missouri, graduated in May or June of '57, was commissioned second lieutenant, and I was in until March of '60. And so I spent my 2 years at Grand Forks Air Force Base, Grand Forks, North Dakota. It was a new base. I was the 15th officer on the base and the 150th person. Had no aircraft while we were there, except one day a year when they opened the base up for the public to come in to see the aircraft, and they brought in aircraft for that. We were tickled to see it as much as the people that were there. They had brought in a B-52 and a lot of other aircraft. So when I went in, I was the food service officer. I was the 487th Air Base Supply Officer. I was the 487th Fighter Group Supply Officer and Base Exchange Officer. And at the start, the base exchange was in a room about the size of this. Then I attended supply school down at Amarillo, Texas for, I think it was about 3 months. And then when I got back to the base there, I went to the base supply and operated in procurement and base supply.
So how did you like North Dakota?
I referred to it as my overseas duty. Winters, first winter there, we probably had snow drifts 3 weeks before Thanksgiving that was 3 foot taller than my '56 Chevy, and we didn't see the ground again until May 26th. I don't know how it is now with bases, but at that time it was a new base, and everybody in town loved having the military there. And so we did get to meet a lot of the citizens of Grand Forks, and the university was there, so we got to see hockey games, which I'd never been involved. Did learn to do curling. I don't know if you're familiar with curling.
So how'd you like the winters?
I didn't mind it so bad. It was just long. You could have a blizzard and the sun would be shining above it, but it'd be the snow blowing. We always laughed, said it blew one way one day, and then the next day the wind turned around and blew the same snow back again. And you could have a blizzard. So the base was about 20 miles out of Grand Forks. One of the biggest changes for me when we were here, you know, with all the trees and hills and everything, when you got up there, you know, to start with, we were living in Grand Forks because the base housing wasn't ready. And you'd start out there and you'd see a set of car lights coming at you and think, well, I don't have time to pass that car in front of me. It seemed like 5 minutes later you still hadn't met that car, you know. Flew home one weekend and got in at night, and next morning walked out the back door, you know, all the trees and everything there. Almost felt like I was fenced in, you know, compared to what Grand Forks was. But some of the winters up there, the snow would get bad enough that they would stretch ropes when they did get barracks for the airmen. They'd tie a rope from the building, put it on steel posts so that they could get them to the mess hall and back. It'd be blowing and carrying on so that that way nobody got lost in the process. Then they had the big Sage building there, which I can't remember what, it's semi-automatic something or another, but it was a big concrete building that was supposed to withstand tonic blasts, you know. The only problem was the air conditioning towers were outside, and if the building was completely operational, in a matter of 30 minutes or so, the heat would be so high that people couldn't stay in it. And I don't know whether they actually ever got to where they used those facilities or not. And our son, youngest son, he's a C-130 pilot for the Air Force Reserve and Guard. And he's living in Eagle River, Alaska right now. But he's flown the C-130 all over the world. One thing I was telling Eric, I said, I don't know that it's the story you want on this or not, but anyway, the contractor that was building the base housing, at that time they had an officers club party, and he was dating Zsa Zsa Gabor. And he brought her to the officers club party that night, and I guess probably got about as far away from her as the closet over there, which was probably 15, 20 foot. And after seeing her, I said it looked like the paint was peeling and chipping, but I said it really gave the people on TV a lot of credit for the way they had her looking on TV. Not very complimentary of her. But the what I classify as the old codgers at that time, which was a little younger than what I am now, they were falling all over themselves to get over there to meet her and visit with her, you know.
So opening up a new base like that, have you been back up to Grand Forks at all to take a look at it, or?
Went back in 60, got married in August of 60, and we went up after that to Minneapolis, and I said, well, you're going to hear a lot about some of these people at Grand Forks, so we went up there for a day or two, and then added some, but not a great deal at that point. And didn't stay in the reserve. I was farming east of town here, and they'd automatically promoted me up to captain by that point, but if I was going to stay in the Air Force, then I had to go to a reserve unit and join, and the closest one at that point was somewhere up in Kansas City, and I didn't think I wanted to do that, so at that point I resigned my commission and got out. So, well, the people you met and worked with from all over the country were very interesting, and it was very educational. I think I learned a lot through the different jobs I had and the supply school in Amarillo, Texas, and made some lifelong friends.